Hello, fellow members of the Midnight Society. Welcome back to another episode review from the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? Last time, we covered The Tale of Vampire Town, a Quinn story about a Hot Topic goth discovering that vampires are real. Tonight's narrative, also from Quinn, is about two teens who tell a lie with some unfortunate results. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call this Season 6, Episode 9, The Tale of the Wisdom Glass. We open on Quinn arriving at the campfire and he is fuming. He's looking for Andy, who we find out is there but is hiding. And just why does Quinn want to kill Andy?
'Cause he ratted me out, that's why.
What did you do now?
That's just it. Nothing.
But you didn't do nothing, did you? Apparently Quinn stayed home from school. He was sick and had a note from his mother. He lost the note and decided to forge one instead of just telling the principal to call his mother because he lost the note. This is where Andy comes into the story.
So I gave it to the principal like a good little boy. But Andy was there. He looks at the note and says, "Hey, your mother's handwriting looks a lot like yours."
Can we talk about the bigger issue here? Why was Andy in the principal's office? I mean, I know why. He's got himself a 21 Jump Street style high school drug ring and he was giving the principal a bribe to look the other way. Quinn just got caught in the crossfire.
It doesn't matter.
Quinn got 2 weeks detention and surprise, surprise, his story is about trust and betrayal or something.
You never rat on your friend. 'Cause sooner or later, it'll come back to you.
The tale begins at a video game store called Game City, and it's prompting me to start this recap with a what the f*** is going on here? Why are the girls on rollerblades handing out flyers? I'll ignore the flyers, right? Maybe it's a grand opening, though why you'd be giving out flyers about a grand opening inside the store that's having a grand opening during the grand opening is beyond me. Why are they wearing rollerblades? Workers on wheels in a densely packed store filled with electronics and video games just sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
I'm terribly sorry.
We see one of our main characters, a kid named Alan Price, because, the name Richie Rich was already taken, being followed around the store by a manager.
If there's a game you can't find, I'd be happy to order it for you.
I'm sure you would.
I'm sure you would.
Well, if it isn't the douchebag theater manager from The Tale of the Midnight Madness. Having survived his Vink experience, I wonder if he has grown as a person.
Hey, kid, enough already.
Just looking, dude.
Yeah, we'll look someplace else. This isn't a museum.
No, he hasn't. This is our other main character, Jimmy Miller, and even though the boys don't know each other, Alan stands up for him.
I don't trust that type.
Type? That's my brother you're talking about.
The boys exchange an awkward handshake before Alan asks Jimmy what game he was looking at.
Wisdom game. The ultimate journey of knowledge. Pretty cool, huh?
No, it sounds like edutainment. Now, I'm not saying that edutainment can't be fun. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego was prime edutainment and a lot of fun, but that's hiding geography in an exciting premise of catching criminals. Wisdom game just sounds boring. Anyway, Jimmy doesn't have the money to buy it, so Alan offers to buy it for him until...
Daddy won't authorize payment.
What?
He says you've already blown your allowance and it's time you learn the value of money.
Alan leaves the store and the mall it was in.
Moving on, Trevor.
Yeah, come on, Trevor. Move like you got a purpose. Once inside the limo, Alan realizes that he accidentally walked out of the store with the game that Jimmy wanted. Rather than take it back, Alan gets an idea.
You, forgot something.
But I thought that geek cut you off.
A misunderstanding.
What I don't like about Alan is that even though he's being cool to Jimmy, it's being done with that air of superiority. It's obvious that Alan will be the one learning a lesson in this episode, and Jimmy's just along for the ride. Alan suggests they take the game back to Jimmy's and try it out. Jimmy seems hesitant at first, but Alan wins him over.
Why not? Afraid I might embarrass you in front of the neighbors?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Outside of Jimmy's apartment building, Alan tells his driver that if his dad calls, not to answer it. He wants him to sweat a bit. He then says this.
I feel like the prince, slumming with the pauper.
And does that make you feel important, sir?
Yes. In fact, yes it does. Don't cross me, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor. F***ing Trevor. Anyway, inside Jimmy's apartment, Alan learns that Jimmy likes hockey. Him and his dad go to games all the time. Alan says that he wouldn't know because his dad is always too busy to do things with him. An absentee parent in an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's the stuff! Ooh, it's like popping some uppers. Let's do this thing.
He's a nut job!
Jimmy loads up the wisdom game on his computer, and this happens.
Are you sure this old thing can run it?
I hope. Look, the game brought us online.
Oh man, I haven't heard the sound of a modem in what feels like forever. Oh. I see. Looks like it's time for another old-timey history lesson. At the dawn of time, early man would connect to the internet using their landline telephone with an archaic device known as a modem. The modem would take digital information from a computer, turn it into an audio signal, and send it to a receiving modem that would turn the information back into a digital format. This cutting-edge technology allowed users to load text-based web pages in mere minutes. One drawback to the technology was that you could not use your telephone for voice calls while the modem was connected to the internet. Modems are most fondly remembered for the sound they would make when connecting to the World Wide Web. This sound was either part of a handshake process for the modem to test the line quality and negotiate connection speeds, or it was the sound of the trapped spirits that power the internet screaming as more of their essence was siphoned off so people could check their electronic mail. Historians may never know which is correct. Once online, Jimmy enters his and Alan's names to register, which seems to weird Alan out, presumably because he stole the game. After registering, this appears on screen.
Oh, cool. Looks like we registered just in time. There's a Wisdom Game Card tournament tomorrow. Top prize, $10,000.
Jimmy's computer auto-prints out a flyer with directions to the tournament, which is impressive because I couldn't get my printer back then to print stuff that I had queued for it to print half the time. Anyway, after the flyer prints, the game apparently kills Jimmy's computer, but he's not bothered by it because gambling.
Who cares? I say we go to the tournament. If we win, we can split the cash. And I can buy any computer I want.
The next day, Trevor drives the boys out to the location of the tournament. It's an empty field with a single murder shack, and everyone seems fine with this.
Let's go check it out.
All right, now, Trevor, wait here and don't fall asleep.
Yeah, Trevor, you fall asleep and there will be consequences. You'll find yourself reassigned to... Wait, what's worse than being Alan's driver? I got nothing. You'll find yourself stuck as Alan's driver forever. Yeah, I think I made my point. Damn it, Trevor.
Such a pathetic individual.
The boys walk up to the shack with a W on the door, and once again, no one seems fazed by this. It's sort of ironic that no wisdom is being used to attend the tournament for the wisdom game. I mean, Alan's a little weirded out, but all he says is,
Oh, this is it. What an odd place for a tournament.
The boys head in, which leads them downstairs to a long hallway that ends in one of the most cosplay-forward gaming conventions I've ever seen. The boys find themselves greeted by...
Whoa.
Nope. Y'all need to get the f*** out of there right now. Then again, I guess they wouldn't be playing the wisdom game if either of them had any. The eyeless woman tells the boys the rules of wisdom.
Number 1, you can never have sex. Number 2, you can never drink or do drugs. And number 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back.
Sorry, wrong rules. Here's the correct ones.
Respect, integrity, and honesty.
Okay, I can already see where this is going. The woman is known as the Keeper. She has the boys put on brown cloaks and asks for their names to confirm their registration. Once again, Alan gets freaked out, but Jimmy gives their names willingly since he doesn't know the game was stolen. Upon checking their names, the Keeper grows eyes and says,
Now I see the truth! The newborns! Get them!
The boys make a run for it, but are quickly caught and taken to court.
You are here to defend yourselves. And if guilty, you will pay for your crime.
The crime of stealing wisdom.
I feel like the only thing guilty of stealing wisdom is this episode itself. Anyway, we transition to the boys in a prison cell. Jimmy wonders why they think they stole the game, and Alan feigns ignorance. Jimmy says Alan needs to make them understand that they didn't do anything. When Alan asks why him, Jimmy says,
"'Cause they'll believe you. You look honest. I look like, well, someone that'd steal stuff."
Alan is confident that they can't prove the boys stole the game. Back in court, the boys are assigned a lawyer? Question mark?
Unfortunate case though I may be, your case is fortunate to be with me.
I'd know that Niles Crane sounding voice anywhere. It's Ichabod Crane from The Tale of the Midnight Ride. You know, they say that anyone who represents themselves has a fool for a client, and in this case, the boys have an actual fool for a lawyer. Anyway, Alan is not happy about it, but the judge doesn't care. He starts the trial and calls for the wisdom glass.
The oracle of ultimate truth, the wisdom glass.
Was the crystal ball budget depleted? What the f*** is that? It looks ceramic if anything, and I suppose it could be a glass-ceramic hybrid, but could we not slap some wax on that bad boy? Like, why the dull exterior? You know how to sell that something isn't glass? Make it dull. Alan's tired of the trial and demands they call his father, but...
The wisdom glass says, request denied.
Oh, the wisdom glass is just a glorified magic 8-ball. I call forth the wisdom glass. Will this episode have a satisfying ending? Outlook not so good. Well, The keeper gives a little speech about wisdom before demanding that Alan admit he stole the game. He denies this, but the keeper claims that they have proof in the form of a witness. The store manager appears on the stand and...
That's him! Oh yeah, I never forget a face. He was looking at the game and then he ran out of the store and it went back to the shelf, it was gone.
Oh, okay. So this magic court on its wisdom high horse calls in a witness who didn't actually see anything and accuses the wrong person of stealing the game. I mean, if the message of this episode is that our justice system is flawed, then mission accomplished. Well done. Fortunately, Jimmy and Alan are tight, and Alan isn't going to let Jimmy go down like that.
He did it! He stole the game! Dude! I told him not to, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Et tu, Alan? Et tu? But you did the little baby bro handshake like 3 times now. If you can't trust the sanctity of the baby bro handshake, what is even the point of having law and order? You know what? It's going to be fine. Surely the wisdom glass, in all its wisdom, knows the difference between the truth and a lie. The wisdom glass knows all. Reply hazy, ask again later. Can we change the title of this episode to The Idiot Glass? Anyway, the boys are taken back to their cells where Alan admits to stealing the game. Jimmy asks him why, and he says,
You saw the guy in the store? He made me look foolish. Nobody makes me look foolish.
Oh, can you smell that rich white privilege? Ooh, it's palpable. Anyway, Alan further explains why Jimmy needs to see his point of view.
I'm a 4.0 student, top of my class. My father has big plans for me. And if he finds out about all this, I could lose that.
You see, Jimmy, you're poor and have none of those opportunities, so surely you can see that you should be punished for his crimes. This is Trevor's fault, isn't it?
Yes.
Alan asks Jimmy to take the fall for him and says he'll give him anything. Jimmy's not going to take this lying down, though, and he responds,
The way you stood up for me in that store was pretty cool. So for that, I'll do it.
Oh, I guess he is going to take this lying down. The idiot glass has foreseen it. Back in court, Jimmy confesses to stealing the game. The judge asks Alan if he has anything to say before he passes judgment, and Alan says,
"Go easy on him?"
Classy. The judge says that Alan is free to go, and he does without looking back. The judge then discusses Jimmy's sentencing.
We could ask you to pay for the game. We could ask you to write a 10,000-word essay on the evils of stealing. You may even be set free with a warning.
You know what? All sensible punishments that allow someone to learn and grow from their mistake. So, which one is the wisdom glass doling out?
Executed!
What?
Yeah, I'm with Jimmy. What? He even says you can't execute him for stealing a game, to which the keeper says,
In the world of wisdom, stealing is a capital offense.
Do you remember when the keeper said this earlier?
Everyone knows that wisdom is something that one acquires.
If wisdom is this place's whole bag, why would execution be on the table? One cannot learn from their mistakes and gain wisdom if they're dead. And if you're like, well, it was all part of the wisdom glass's master plan to teach Alan a lesson. To that I say, stop talking in that voice, you sound ridiculous. And I'm going to call shenanigans because, as we're going to see shortly, Jimmy being executed doesn't even factor into Alan's decision to change his mind. Speaking of which, out in the limo, Trevor asks where Jimmy is. Alan says they had a fight and are no longer friends, to which Trevor responds,
What should I do with these?
What are they?
Tickets for the hockey game tonight. Jimmy asked me to hold on to them for you guys. Well, he said you'd never been, and he wanted to return the favor for giving him that computer game.
Trevor, you guilt-tripping son of a bitch. I wish I knew how to quit you.
This is most unusual.
Back inside, Jimmy is about to be executed. By guillotine, by the way. You know, I thought the jury had a French sex party look about them, so I shouldn't be surprised by this form of execution, but I am. Just as the blade is about to drop, Alan arrives to clear Jimmy's name and admit to stealing the game.
Jimmy didn't do it. I did. I asked him to lie for me. I'm the one. I took the game. I didn't mean to steal it. I just ran out of the store and it was in my hand.
Release the prisoner.
Okay, everyone's learned a lesson, and I think we can agree they're a little wiser now. So, we'll just call that the end.
Now execute him!
What?
God damn it, Quinn. Okay, they take Alan into custody, but before they can kill him, Jimmy grabs the idiot glass and holds it hostage. The judge orders the release of Alan, and both boys make it to the entrance, where Jimmy gives them back the dull orb.
No! The glass! Stop it!
I'm no fool.
Why did the orb suddenly have a glossy sheen to it in this dark hallway? That means it could have looked shiny and more like glass the whole f***ing time. Anyway, the boys make it back to the limo and Alan tells Trevor to get going. The vehicle doesn't immediately head out, and when Alan asks Trevor why they're not moving, he says,
The judgment of the wisdom glass must be carried out.
Oh, Trevor is so f***ing fired. Wait, so was Trevor the judge the whole time, or did they murder the real Trevor and replace him with a doppelganger? I mean, either way, this ending is stupid. I'm not sure what message the episode is supposed to be imparting, because the judge even says this after Alan comes forward earlier.
It seems you've learned what wisdom is all about.
You admit that he has learned his lesson, but opt to execute him anyway? He didn't even steal intentionally, so are you saying don't make any mistakes in life because they should all be punished by death? And I guess Jimmy is now killed as well, just for trying to protect his friend? He wasn't even supposed to be there today! I typically like dark endings, but this is nonsensical, and my only takeaway from it is that wisdom is dumb.
Our way of doing things is our own.
Back at the Midnight Society, Andy waves a white flag and comes out from his hiding place. Quinn is pissed, but Andy explains.
I called your mom and told her what happened. She called the principal and sent him another note. You're off the hook.
You told my mom I forged your name? Are you Ben?
Clear
Oh, I am not a fan of new Frank, everyone. At least old Frank was cool sometimes.
Hey, watch it, man!
Well, not that time. Now for the review. Yet another episode that I'm torn on. There were things that I liked, the sets, the acting, and the costumes, and yet I found the messaging of the episode as infuriating as I found the messaging of the Tale of the Dark Dragon.
Not another word!
The settings were great. We only spend brief moments in the normal world, and once we get into Wisdom, things get weird. I love the room where the card tournament's happening, even if we only see all of the set dressing and characters for one scene. The rest of the time in Wisdom is in the court and jail. Now, they're minimalist sets, similar to that of Nod in The Tale of the Final Wish, but I'm more okay with it here. Nod is the land of dreams, so I expected more from it. We don't know anything about the Wisdom game, so it all works here.
This place is bigger than my room.
The story. This is where the episode falls flat on its face for me. The core of the tale is that stealing and lying are bad. No problem there. The issue is the wisdom framing. The definition of wisdom is the ability to make good judgments, choices, and decisions based on a combination of knowledge, life experience, and understanding. So many decisions throughout the story just ignore this. I mean, the court itself doesn't use wisdom in its ruling, and the decision to execute a child after they have gained some wisdom and learned a lesson is just there for shock value. It makes no sense. If you wanted the dark ending, there were ways to do it that could have made more sense. Like, what if the wisdom glass held the whole of human wisdom within it, and when it gets broken, everyone loses the ability to make sound judgments, causing Trevor to drive the boys toward a wall or a tree or a cliff or back to the building? Something. I mean, at least then the nonsense would make sense.
Well, there's obviously been a mistake here.
The scares. No scares for an adult watching, but I mean, that's kind of by design. This is more of a Twilight Zone style episode leaning into the bizarre rather than the scary. I suppose a child watching could find the idea of being executed for stealing scary, and, the makeup and costuming would reinforce that. The eyeless keeper was definitely creepy, and the judge's mask was rather sinister looking.
Court is adjourned.
The acting in this episode was good. Alan is a great snobby rich kid with a superiority complex, and you believe him when he has a change of heart. Jimmy does a solid job as the flip side to Alan's coin. They had excellent chemistry together, and you could believe them as friends.
Why not?
The adult acting in the episode is also top-notch. The game store manager is barely in it, but brings that same dirtbag energy he brought to the Tale of the Midnight Madness. While I didn't understand the purpose of the fool, again, unless the point of the episode is to make fun of the justice system, which it might have been, he does a great job at being silly and over the top. The keeper is pretty stoic, but she gets a few moments to show some solid anger and fear. Trevor is outstanding. As the driver, he's quiet and kind, but as the judge, he's loud and has some serious gravitas in his delivery.
You fool!
Quinn, while I liked a number of things about this episode, ultimately I can't get behind the story. The Tale of the Wisdom Glass doesn't meet the approval of the Midnight Society. The Midnight Society members poll on this one was, at the time of recording this video, 76% in favor of and only 24% against, so I'm being overruled. The Idiot Glass has spoken! Thank you to my patrons financially supporting the channel on Patreon: Jimmy Purcell, Rick Maxwell, Sean Hart, Jay Booth, Tony Ebers, Jessica Tim, EC, J.R. Green, Emilio Flores, AJN, and Andy Exiled. If you want early access to videos as well as bonus behind-the-scenes content, you can join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or you can join for free, but the dollar gets you the good stuff. Check it out at patreon.com/jackofallnerds.
Your Highness, guess what? Daddy won't authorize payment.
I want to thank the following Midnight Society members for participating in this video's polls. Damn it, Trevor! I ordered Papa's car over an hour ago. Someone's about to get a firm talking to. Names are on the screen. Trevor, were you sleeping on the job again? No, you were at one of those French sex parties. The wig and the mask gave it away. The least you could do is take me with you next time. Don't cross me, Trevor. The Idiot Glass has decreed you shall be executed. But I am an idiot. Well, the Idiot Glass had not taken that into account. You may go. Haha, being an idiot always pays off. Sorry you had to hear all that. What did you think of Quinn's story? Did you see it as a kid? Would you buy and play the Wisdom game? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to check out the next episode on the tale of the walking shadow. Until then, are you afraid of the dark?
Credentials, utensils. Let's all use pencils.
The Idiot Glass thanks you for watching the video, and it foresees you giving it a like and a share, and subscribing to the channel. Ooh.